sounds awesome, but the product has on multiple occasions had mold in it. So it's just something, if he really wanted to be transparent, he should have just got on here and said, hey, listen, you know, things happen, but we are aware that there are these issues with the mold, and here's what we're going to do to fix it. We're going to fix the packaging. It's not going to happen anymore, or at least we're going to do everything in our power to make sure it doesn't. And that would have been sufficient for me, and I think for a lot of people. I think the issue with Logan, not just the mold, but really everything, is that it feels disingenuous, even if it's not. And I don't think that they're being disingenuous with the making of this product or with, you know, trying to find a new gap in the market. Do what you want. As a matter of fact, go and be successful. Go and make something. If parents think that it's sufficient for their kids to be eating, they're going to give it to them. And as long as it does pass the rigorous testing and everything else, okay. I'm not going to be buying it for me, and I definitely wouldn't buy it for my kids just because, again, I ate Lunchables and those things as a kid. I now know how bad they were for me, so it's something I probably won't get for the next generation. But that's a personal decision of mine. The reason I think Logan keeps getting hammered, and I say Logan, but I mean Mr. Beast and also KSI, it's because for whatever reason, in videos like this, and Logan's kind of the only one that talks about it, he's kind of been pushed forward, not just for Lunchly, but also for Prime as like the figurehead to respond to these things. And it's a tough spot because he's probably not the guy to do it because people don't trust him as it is. And also, you don't want to have some faceless, nameless person that represents the company come out and say it, because then it looks like you're hiding from it. So it's kind of a catch-22, but when Logan talks, he just feels a bit disingenuous. And that's, again, because, you know, any sort of criticism he calls a little clout goblin that's attention hungry, who's made their entire identity to speak negatively on things. And again, he doesn't have to agree with the things that she says, but that seems disingenuous. And to say that, you know, things happen in transit, troubles can arise, and things like that, like, that's okay, it's fine, but you haven't built up good faith with people. That's what he needs. He needs to build up good faith with people online. And I don't know at this point if that's even possible because of just now the trolly nature of calling Lunchly moldly or like saying all these things that people are saying. But I just think people want to see contrition when things like this happen. People want to see authenticity. People want to see the right response if something bad happens to the product, not pointing the finger at someone that criticizes for the thing that happened, whether, again, you believe that they're being fair to you or not, as the company head or as the figurehead, I should say, of the company. I honestly think if Logan was a bit more like, hey, I'm really sorry this happened, this will not happen again, people would clown him for sure, and the internet would do its thing, but I think it would build a bit more good faith. But that's pretty much it. Listen, do I think that Lunchly is Logan and KSI Mr. Beast's attempt to actually poison your kids? Because look, there's mold in it. They're intentionally putting mold? No, of course not. No, of course. Do I think that this is probably the worst thing that could happen for them right now? Yeah, because it's a super unfortunate lack of attention to detail in some of the packaging, and it also feeds into the one thing they said they were different from Lunchables in, the fact that they were supposed to be a healthier alternative, and theirs is the product that is now, again, very small sample size, not a ton of people, but is being looked at as the unhealthy product, the moldy product. And then, again, kind of the joking about the response, I like my cheese moldy, bruh, you know, that whole thing. It's just not a great look. Will it end up affecting them in business? Not as long as the outcry is online. If it's just people on Twitter, it's probably not going to affect their business. If it becomes actual moms writing in letters and, again, protesting or, you know, doing something like that, that's when things can hit the fucking fan, because there's one thing that will shut your business down, or at least try come hell or high water, and that is moms that think your product is unhealthy for their kids. If they can get convinced that your cheese has mold in it and it's going to hurt their babies, yeah, so that's what I think, man. This whole mold issue with Lunchly's cheese, and again, it's really just a packaging issue that they could just spend more attention to detail on. And now that I'm fleshing that thought out, it just looks, again, like they're kind of moving in a cheaper route to try to save money when they could clearly just allocate more money to make sure these things are vacuum tight. I would just say take it more seriously, spend more attention to detail, because, again, if you're going to promote Lunchly as the healthier alternative to Lunchable, there can't be mold in the cheese. There just can't. Otherwise, again, it just...
The internet is genuinely unusable without an ad blocker. You can install Pi, so you're only one button press away from browsing r/dank memes in peace.